for joining us today. Today we are here at 1433 12th Avenue in Oakland, our project Brooklyn Arms Apartments and Navigation Center. My name is Detra Harris and I'm here representing Strive Real Estate. We are the developers for the project, and to my left I have William Bradshaw from Reimagine Fund. He is also one of our developers. And to my right I have Steve Peterson joining us from Infinity Investors. He's our representing broker. Today I want to share with you some details of the project. Now, if you happen to look at our very first video, I gave you some insight on what it looks like inside of the building. Well, today I want to share some of our details regarding our project. First, I want to mention that we will be hosting a webinar presentation of the project on Wednesday, December 8th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please visit our website at strivewealthbuilders.com or striverealestate.net for information, and please register for that presentation. I just want to give you some feedback on what our intentions are regarding this project. My role in this project as the lead is to work with our architectural team and also our project manager and construction team to make sure that we are running this project as smoothly as possible. We also have a developer that's not present with us today. Her name is Imelda Rodriguez, who's also part of the team, and her responsibilities will be to work with HUD project-based contracts as well as other subsidies programs for renters assistance for our residents. Will is responsible for the tax credit piece for this project. He will be working with our tax credit investors. But before we get into the details of the project, I'd like to introduce you again to Steve, who can share some information on the sale of the building and some details on this fabulous building.
Well, thank you, teacher, for bringing me in on this project. It's my honor and pleasure to be working on this building at 1433 12th Avenue here in East Oakland. This property is a historic landmark here in Oakland. It's a Presbyterian church that was built in the late 1800s. They just don't build them like that anymore. And the property recently was occupied by Grace Temple Baptist Church, who bought this property, I believe, in the 60s, and it was occupied here, and they were a staple in this community for many years. And they paid off the church. They engaged me a few years ago to sell the property for them, and they wanted to move a little bit deeper into East Oakland, closer to where their members were. And so when we did that, we sold the property to the young woman who owns it now, and she's an artist, and she had a great vision for this space. She's now selling it to Detra, and the idea of what this property means to the community is going to be maintained in this development, because its historical integrity will be maintained, but then it will be a much more functional property for the community by providing affordable housing. Now, this property is really a gem because the architecture here is really second to none, and you'll see some of the work and some of the details in this property that is just simply magnificent. And the structure of the building is stronger than many of the buildings that were built here recently, because of the material that they used was really one of a kind, and they really spared no expense. So the legacy of this property will be maintained. However, it will be much more functional for what we need here in East Oakland, and Detra's vision for bringing affordable housing, but also community viability, will be realized in this project. So please stay tuned to what Detra's doing, be a part of what's going on, and support this project.
Great, thank you, Steve. Great segue. So what we are planning to propose for this project is this. It is a supportive and affordable housing project, 42 affordable units, and also 20 rooms of navigation to our navigation center. We also have one multi-purpose room and a commercial kitchen for healthy eating programs. So that's our plan for the project. In addition to that, a really huge piece of this project includes tax credits. And I'm going to turn it over to Will so he can explain to you exactly what that looks like.
Thank you so much, Detra. Thank you, Steve. It's really a pleasure to be here with you all and to be part of this project team. My focus on the project team, as Detra said, is to really help with identifying and structuring the tax credit side of this. there's both affordable housing and this beautiful historic asset that we are in that will be renovated as part of this project and turned into the affordable housing we've mentioned. A project like this, or a building like this, is eligible for historic tax credits if it follows certain guidelines from the state of California and the federal government. So certain taxpayers can get a credit against their federal and state income tax and other types of state taxes, again, if the project follows guidelines for the preservation of the cultural asset that's here in this church. In addition to that, the affordable housing piece of it also makes it eligible for what's called the low-income housing tax credit. And that is a tax credit against the construction costs of providing affordable housing. We're intending to utilize that credit as well. Taken together, the state historic, federal historic, and low-income housing tax credits will pay for close to 70% of the construction and capital costs for restoring this building and creating the affordable housing that Detra has mentioned. And it's my job to help structure all that up and make sure that those credits are available. In addition, if there are people who are investors in those credits that are watching this, we'd love to speak to you about the opportunity that's here in this church.
Great, thank you. Again, I'm really excited to be a part of this project. We have a great team of professionals that's working with us on this project, and I would like to thank our team for participating in this project. Just to give you a recap of our plan, the first phase of the project is acquisition. It's acquiring this beautiful historical church. That's our first phase of the project. We welcome investors that are interested in investing on the first phase of the project. Again, please visit our website at striverealestate.net or strivewealthbuilders.com for more information if you'd like to become an investor of the project for the first phase of the project. The second phase of the project is construction, and again, we are planning to roll over construction funding into tax credits. So those tax credit investors that are interested in talking with Will about tax credit opportunities, please reach out to us again. Our information is located on the website. In addition to that, we will stabilize in approximately 2 years the property, and we move into operations, and we still need your support through operations. And again, Imelba will be the lead in working with HUD project-based programs, as well as other rent subsidy programs for our residents. Some of the services that we will provide our residents will include social services, working with Alameda County Health Department, homeless services to provide in our navigation center, some supportive services that would include mental health, as well as medical clinics, and also alcohol and drug prevention, in addition to some other services that's needed in our community. So we are really excited again to move this project forward. Again, please join us for our webinar presentation, which is Wednesday, December the 8th at 6:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to learn more about the project. And today we're here at the project. We will be hosting a investor tour today at 3:00, and we will definitely have more investor tours for those that are interested. Again, visit our website for more information, and thank you for joining us.